A few years ago, Misha was clocking long shifts working at a restaurant, barely getting any time to see his family. Today, he's a seven-figure Amazon seller working from home, and he was able to make it happen starting from scratch with all-in arbitrage. In this video, I'll show you exactly how he made the leap. So if you're a busy professional or dad looking to quit your 9-to-5 job with a profitable Amazon business or start an online side hustle to make money online, this story could be the one that changes everything for you.
All right, Misha Flips, welcome. Good to have you here, man.
Yeah, thanks so much for inviting me. Yeah, happy to be here.
Of course, bro. Yeah, so been good, getting to know you over the years and everything. And just a couple years ago, I believe you were working at a restaurant, and now obviously things are a little different, right? You're now a monster online arbitrage and wholesale seller on Amazon. So you kind of want to break down, your origin story and what you've been able to do the past couple years?
Yeah. So 2011, I came to United States as an immigrant with no money, no English, no connection, no family. Started working a typical immigrant's job in a restaurant. Got a manager who took me under his wing, teach me everything. Started working in a restaurant like 9-10 months later. I become manager once with small little store, and every 2-3 years I was working for the same company. Was opening new restaurants, set up systems. So pretty much I was the opener of restaurants, make sure my job was restaurants running from A to Z, and was doing that for over 8-9 years. COVID happened, was sitting home, start spending time with the family, kind of like it. And after COVID, we get back to a restaurant job. I don't really want to be far away from my family anymore. Start to figure out how I can even work for myself. I was about to open my own restaurant, start doing this project, working on opening my own restaurant. And at the same time, I try to figure out how to sell online. So I was doing typical path like everybody else, garage sales, flea market, Facebook marketplace, some Walmart clearance. And little by little, I try to understand how to sell on Amazon, because like everybody else, I was thinking, if you're buying something from Amazon, you only buy from Amazon, or you have to buy from China and I'll put your logo on it and here you go, that's my product. I will start digging that, and somehow you pop up on my Instagram. I was keeping an eye on you for a while, was watching all your YouTubes, try to kind of verify if you're a legit guy or just a scammer who try to scam people.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, do my diligence about you, got your mentorship, and you put me in an OA game, kind of explain me like a lot of things what I haven't even thought about, how to keep in a keep a charge, how to stack any discounts, how to network with other people. And yeah, so since that, I'm selling on Amazon. It's almost like, fourth year. Yeah, over 3 years I'm selling. Start from my garage, warehouse 1, warehouse 2. And yeah, that's the short story of my life for 14 years in the United States.
Yeah, for sure. And you've obviously taken it, to a big scale, basically making the move from, mainly just online arbitrage to eventually adding wholesale, the kind of graduated version where you buy products in bulk, but it takes a lot more capital. You went from, doing prep yourself to eventually getting a warehouse and employees and everything too. And not that you have to take it that far, but you've obviously, been able to take it that far. And it's cool that you come from the restaurant industry. Do you think the restaurant industry prepared you to be an Amazon seller at all? Like, do you think any of those skills translated?
I would say maybe yes and no, because in a restaurant, I was doing everything. In restaurant, I was doing a lot of things from A to Z. So I was doing in charge for talk to my suppliers, buying products, scheduling, hiring, firing, customer service, front in the house, back in the house, like any issues in the restaurant have it. So pretty much my boss of my company, he pretty much was coming to control and kind of help me to navigate this, that, and that. And besides this, I would say 90% of all restaurants operation was on me. I think it was a huge benefits for me, because it was educate me how to properly count my numbers, food cost, payroll. So what's the net profit of specific restaurants having every month, projections, talk to suppliers, how to call them, how to navigate with the customer service if customers are unhappy. And more important, I think it's talk to employees and keep them happy in my team, because under my wing on the last project was, I think, around 30 people on the schedule. So it was a 30 people, my team. So majority, yeah, how to talk to people, keep them happy, keep customer happy, and make sure my numbers is right. So my boss happy with my job, so he's not going to fire me. And yeah, I think it's taught me a lot.
Yeah, and that's a nice thing is like there's always something you can take away from past things you've done. Like I've obviously had jobs in the past too, and little things you're able to take and implement, and you just move up into bigger vehicles over time. Amazon being the one that obviously gave you the potential and everything. So how does it feel? Obviously the past couple years, because your life's changed a lot, going from, it sounds like, not being able to see your family that much to having a lot of flexibility and everything. So break down kind of how that's been able to change the past couple years and what it's been able to do for you.
Yeah, so how it changed? So people say like, oh, you don't like a 9 to 5 and you don't want to work 40 hours for somebody else. Open your business and here you go. Now you're working 100 hours hours for
Facts.
yourself. uh, it's changed. So now it's kind of like my own boss. I'm struggling a lot of times to kind of schedule myself. I have to push myself every time. I have to schedule myself. Make sure its business is growing. I have to every time set up like to-do list and what I have to do for my business to grow or at least do not go down. I have more responsibilities right now. I have employees. I have to make sure I have money to pay for them. I got a rent to pay, more responsibilities. And at the same time, I have more flexibility for my family and for my kids. So I'm not got stuck 9 to 5 in one location. Yes, I do work a lot, but one day I work in a warehouse, one day I work from home. If I have to bring my kids to some type of activities, I go, I put them to sleep and continue work after we're going to sleep. So pretty much it's more responsibility and more unknown things in the future for me because it's not structured. My day is not structured. But at the same time, I like it because, yeah, I'm kind of my own boss, own responsibilities, and pretty much I can spend time with my family whatever I can. If my wife got sick, my daughter got sick, I don't have to call somebody else and say, hey, I'm sorry, like, Mr. Boss, can I go home? And tomorrow, maybe I'm going to stay home now. Pretty much, yeah, I structure my business the same way. If something happened, business not going to struggle if I'm not there.
Sure. Yeah. And obviously significantly more income now too, as well.
Quick interruption from the video with Misha, guys. Q4 is coming fast, November to December, the best time of the entire year, and now's the time to get started selling and profitable. Prior to that, so you're ready to take full advantage. The best way to do that is working directly one-on-one with me in my private coach program. So if you're interested in more details on that, it's by application and screening call only. Take a look down below at the link in the description and put in your information to apply. The exact same one-on-one help Misha got a couple years ago that completely changed his life. So if you're interested in that, take a look down below at the link in the description. Let's keep moving the video with Misha.
But you had to build up a bunch of good skills to, get to that point too as well. So obviously things can totally be overwhelming when you're a beginner Amazon seller and just getting started. So what would you say to the folks that, maybe you're in a 9 to 5 situation that they don't really like, they want to be able to spend more time with their family and their kids and everything, but they just feel a little bit stuck, with ungating and getting the ball rolling and making their first couple sales, right? Which obviously you've been there. I've totally been there, right? So what would you say to that person?
You have to understand like your life, it's all depends on your life and what you want from your life, and you have to understand your numbers. So what I tell everyone else, first thing you have to do, you have to create an Excel file and see how much money you're coming in your pocket and how much you're spending. You have to know how much you're spending on rent, on bills, on food, on groceries, on any type of car maintenance. So pretty much how much money you need per month to support your lifestyle, not to be luxury, just to support it. And it's not a quick game, quit 9 to 5 and start business. Because if you're starting business properly, most likely you're not gonna pull out any money from the company first year for sure, sometimes 2 years. So you have to understand your numbers, how much money you need, what is your goal, and kind of break down like what have you do to achieve that goal, and start still keep 9 to 5. Find some side hustle. You're not supposed to be Amazon seller, but you can do Amazon. It's a perfect side hustle. And if you feel comfortable, you like it, because Amazon is just a marketplace to sell. It's a different models to sell, the RA, OA. People still doing drop shipping, private label, whatever you like it. And if you feel comfortable to scale that business, make sure you reach that point. If you feel comfortable quit your 9 to 5 and your business can support your lifestyle and you're not going to hurt your business, because if you're on a point when you need a $5,000 per month to support your lifestyle, most likely your business has to generate at least $10,000 or $12,000 per month net income, so you can pull out easy $5,000 from your company to feel comfortable. If your business only generate 5 or 6 and you're gonna pull out $5,000 every month, most likely your business is gonna struggle because you have to feed this Amazon, because it's an inventory based business. You'll have to buy inventory to make more money.
Sure, exactly. And that's the nice thing is that, it's not really the kind of thing you can do full time right from the get go. And it definitely isn't the kind of thing you should do full time right from the get go. Good things take time, right? College is 4 years for a reason, right? It takes a while to succeed at this stuff. And the nice thing is you don't have to quit your 9 to 5. You don't need any, crazy technical skills or experience or anything like that. You don't even need to create your own product, right? We just resell big name brand products on Amazon that customers are already searching for, that brand names that they already know, like, and trust, right? And we just tap into that demand as online arbitrage sellers and sit at home, on Zoom with the team sometimes, and, mainly on your own, obviously finding deals on Kohl's, Walmart, Target, all these big retailers and everything. And so speaking of kind of like the community side of things, so you said it, made a big difference once you got around other sellers and everything. Break down, the networking side of things and just how important it is to have other people around you that are working on this stuff too.
Yeah, like you said, it's really important. I was sleeping on that maybe my first year. I always was listening to your advice. So go put yourself on the internet, make sure people know what you're doing. But I was kind of afraid. Okay, I have an accent. What should I do? I'm a dad. I'm busy. Like, my life is kind of boring. I even like with the family or I'm working. It's nothing else happen. Like work, kids, gym, activities, sleep. That's it. I have pretty much boring life. But you always push me like, hey, listen, you gotta put yourself on Instagram. You have to find the people around you. Reason you saying that, and the reason I start doing that, because this e-commerce journey, it's kind of like lonely process. You're sitting on computer, you do not talk. And I have a background of restaurants. I was speaking maybe like 100 people minimum per day, and now I'm kind of quiet and sitting by computer. I'm not talking to no one, so that's what's driving me crazy. So, and I start putting myself a little bit on the internet. Also, some people say, what are you doing? Why are you showing this? Like, people gonna find what you're selling. And other people say, like, yeah, if we find what you're selling, but at the same time, you validate yourself and people gonna see, oh, this guy doing this, and this guy has the same issue like you have it. So let me chat with him. And I really appreciate to you when you got an interview with me, I believe 1.5 years ago.
Yep.
That's one of my first podcast ever live. It's a lot of people reach me out. It was kind of shocking for me. And we have the same issue. And we was asking, how are you doing? Help us. Or like, I have the same issue. Let's figure out. And I have to surround myself with the people who has the same goals, who has the same issues. And now I'm so happy I built this network around me so I can proudly say whatever issue I have in my business, not only Amazon in general, I have a person who I can call and relate. Hey, listen, I have this getting problem. Like Amazon does not allow me to sell this brand, and they kind of help me. So it's like it's supporting, because like everybody said, if you're down, we lift you up. If you're up, we just cheers you and just keep going. And at the same time, like, you're surrounding yourself with the people. Okay, this guy doing this much, and you kind of start competing him. Okay, if this guy can make like $10,000 per month, why I cannot do? And this guy make $15,000 per month, why I couldn't do? So you're kind of competing in a good way with the other guys to kind of be more successful and provide more for your family. So networking, it's really helped me a lot, like mentally, and kind of at least not be lonely in my home.
Oh yeah, and that's, the nice part about selling on Amazon is you don't have to show your face and you can do it on your own without talking to anyone, right? But then at the same time, it could potentially be a really boring or kind of lonesome thing where you don't have to show your face, you don't have to talk to anyone, right? So that is true about the model, but the folks that succeed the most, they find other sellers online or in the comments of this video or in Facebook groups or Discord or my community or anything like that. And when you make friends with people, you solve problems a lot quicker, right? And it's like, we can all agree that you're the product of the 5 people you talk to the most and that you spend the most time with and everything. But what makes you think you're going to be a successful Amazon seller without ever interacting or being in the Amazon community, right? It doesn't really make sense. But, just the way the world works in 2025, that, it's always been that way, that the people that are around you determine the results you get. So don't expect to be a successful Amazon seller without any successful Amazon sellers around you and everything. And the nice part is it's really easy to, start to get out there and everything. So talk about making the transition from OA to wholesale, because I think it totally makes way more sense to start out with OA. I think wholesale is a terrible idea if you're a beginner. It just requires a ton of capital. as a beginner entrepreneur, you're probably not ready to do a bunch of cold calls and everything. But talk about making that transition to the wholesale side of things and what that's done for your business and how it's been able to grow it and how it's different than online arbitrage.
So yeah, I was doing RA and OA, and I was on a point. I'm having more money to spend when I have more products to find, and I was getting out of time. So I have like one choice. I was thinking I have to start hiring VA so they can help me to find more profitable products. And I was about to go this route, and somehow somebody mentioned wholesaling. Like with some guy who was talking, he like, hey, if you running the problem, you have more money to spend. Start looking at wholesaling. I'm like, wholesaling? What is that? So they kind of explain me, and I started educate myself what the wholesaling means, how to uh, find suppliers. I went to a couple trade shows, talked to people. My first trade show was terrible because I have no idea what I'm saying, but at least I put my feet like in these kind of environments, and I understand the slang or what people talking about. And yeah, wait a couple trade shows. I talked to a lot of people, a lot of suppliers. I talked to a lot of Amazon wholesaling. They helped me a lot how to properly understand who you're dealing with. It's a people guide liquidator or it's a legit suppliers, how to verify them, how to call them. And because I have again experience in restaurants, I was always talking to different suppliers and I know how they operate. So you're not, if we're selling one box and box has 24 units, you're not going to order or give me 15 units. No, you have to order by box and you have to order by pallets or some kind of equal. And yeah, I started calling suppliers, start going to trade shows, start to work couple guys. Some guys wasn't that great, and couple suppliers I met almost 2.5 years ago. I still work with them. It's my main suppliers, and that's how I start. Put yourself in a trade shows, talk to people. Don't be afraid to ask stupid questions. You're gonna get a lot of rejections, but yeah, that's your life. You have to keep going and just find the people who wants your money to sell the product.
Yeah, so that's the difference with online arbitrage, right? Online arbitrage, we're just buying from big websites. Wholesale, you're actually buying from suppliers in bulk, right? But anyone can buy on Target, but obviously some suppliers, won't let you buy from them. They don't sell to Amazon sellers. So you got to find the ones that are really looking for a business, like Misha's saying right here as well. And online arbitrage is significantly easier to, get started, make a basic living, etc., start getting sales, scale to 100K a month, 200K a month in sales, right? Which ends up being, 6 figures profit, right? But then beyond that, wholesale makes the most sense. But wholesale is way harder to start, but it's way easier to scale. So the best way, like Misha did it, in my opinion, is to just get started with online arbitrage and then eventually transition to wholesale as you go there too as well. So what are the secrets to actually scaling up the Amazon business? Because a lot of people can get a couple of sales here and there, but how do you actually scale the business? Like, what do you think was missing from your journey of like just getting a couple sales here and there to actually being able to really grow the business?
It's all came out in any type of business. Doesn't matter what you do, Amazon, restaurant, sales, car dealership, whatever you're making. It's all about numbers. So you should understand how much money you're bringing every month to your pocket. What is your net profit after all expenses? And a lot of people don't know the numbers. A lot of people don't like talk about that because it's boring and nobody want to analyze Excel files like, oh, what is this, what is that? And at the same time, you need to have at least capital in business as Amazon, because Amazon it's a inventory based business. So you need the capital. You have to buy proper products to flip it, and you have to start getting a relationship with the bank. Because for me, it was a big jump when I opened my LLC. I registered my company. I opened my business bank account. Bank was seeing I have a steady cash flow coming from Amazon, and they approved me $20,000 credit card for 12 months APR. And 3 months later, a second bank did the same. And 3 months later, another bank did the same. So I have a $60,000 capital for 12 months, zero charge. So I was pushing this money, flipping, I believe, like ideally I can do 5 times, 6 times per month.
Or per year.
Yeah, I just analyze Keepa. I mean, per year, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that'd be
5,
crazy.
6 months,
The
per
compounding
year.
would be insane.
And you have to analyze Keepa, like you're saying, I 100% agree with you. You have to start with the OA, because you need to kind of train your brain to analyze Keepa. Okay, is it good? Is it not good? What's the sales velocity? What's the buy box rotation? Is it has any downsides? What's the variation? How much you have to sell? And main important right now in 2025, you have to understand every single fee of Amazon. placement fee, low inventory fee, storage fee, some return fee, FBA fee. Like it's so many fees you have to understand, and people don't want to analyze that. They just think like, oh, I make 100K sales per month. I make money. I'm like, are you sure you make money? So how much money you make? Let's like show me your numbers. And people like they don't like that. We just don't like
Yeah, and that's why it's so important to be in the community and talking to people so you can solve those problems together as well. And then for people who want to follow your journey, where can they see what you're up to on social media?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram, the same like Misha Flips. I try to teach people, not to teach, try to share my experience, kind of give little nuggets, what I'm paying for shipping, any kind of downsizes, any not only wins, only downsizes. Let's say right now everybody has an issue with Walmart, because I also sell on Walmart as well. So kind of this, I'm not afraid to share with people how Walmart screw me up as a seller. And Instagram, Misha Flips.
Yeah, you do a great job of like, it doesn't take a ton of time, but you're always consistent. So you're always finding new people in the community, strengthening those relationships and everything. It's just like not hiding as an Amazon seller is such a superpower, because pretty much everyone just does it on their own. So when you get out there and you get active in the community, it makes a big difference. So make sure you guys follow Misha Flips right there. And, obviously super impressed with what you've been able to do the past couple of years, brother, and excited to hang out at, future Amazon events and keep seeing the growth on IG.
Yeah, thank you. I'm just waiting here for when you're gonna stop by and see my second warehouse.
Yes. Oh, yeah, true. Good point. Yeah, good point in South Jersey there. Cool. Sweet. So we do need to do that there. And then thanks everyone for watching, and make sure you go check out Misha on Instagram. If you guys do want formal help, check the links in the description. And thanks so much for watching, guys. Let us know any questions, and thanks a lot for coming on, Misha.
Yeah, thank you.
Cool. Take it easy, guys. Thanks a lot.